Meanwhile, we're less than 100 days out from the presidential election, and tonight our I-team discovering Florida's election crimes office is still having a tough time filling jobs.
This just 2 years after Governor Ron DeSantis launched the controversial office to catch election fraud. I-team investigator Katie LaGrone takes a look at what the unit has accomplished since it opened.
Now we have the infrastructure in place where if there is the fraud, you can be bet that there's going to be investigations.
This month marks 2 years since Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced the creation of a new state office dedicated to uncovering voter and election fraud. These are police video clips from some of the unit's first arrests.
I need to call my brother, man.
And this was my idea.
But we've learned that office is still operating without a full cast. According to this organizational chart we obtained through a public records request, nearly a quarter of positions within Florida's 18-person election crimes and security office remain vacant, missing 2 inspector specialists, a government operations consultant, and a senior attorney. The empty seat's an improvement from a year and a half ago when we were first to discover of the unit's 15 positions at the time, just 3 were filled.
I think the office really amounted to much ado about nothing.
Mike Gotle is a Broward-based attorney who represents one of the original 20 ex-felons arrested as part of DeSantis' debut of the new office. While a Broward judge tossed the case over jurisdictional issues, the state recently won its appeal, meaning a statewide prosecutor can now move forward with prosecuting his client.
We're a little disappointed, to say the least.
Gottlieb and his 66-year-old client, who's accused of illegally voting during the 2020 election after being ineligible due to a previous felony conviction for sexual battery, plan to keep fighting.
I think it's a fight worth having.
Gottlieb, a Democrat, is also a state representative and vocal critic of the state's election crimes office.
There isn't a need for this office. We didn't see rampant ballot box fraud. We didn't see people stuffing ballot boxes. We didn't see, mass vote by mail fraud.
According to a spokesperson from the Department of State, so far this year the office has logged 400 complaints, with just 60 criminal referrals. Of the more than 1,300 complaints received last year, less than half were referred out. As for convictions, according to a state spokesperson, there have been at least 25 since the unit's inception, with over 60 arrests.
Are those numbers impressive to you at all?
They're not terribly impressive because we had those type of numbers that were done quietly behind closed doors prior to the creation of this office.
UF political science professor and chair Dan Smith studies felon voting rights.
I don't understand this.
2 years after their arrests, half of the 20 former felons originally targeted by the state election crimes office have either pled guilty or were found guilty, but received little to no punishment, while the other half, including Gottlieb's client, are still lingering.
He's just going on with his life at this point in time, and he's put his faith and trust in me to properly represent him.
When asked why the office can't seem to fill its positions, a department spokesperson refuted the notion, saying they are nearly at full capacity going into primary election and continuing to build. I'm I-team investigator Katie LaGrone taking action for you.